Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you?
Hey!
You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look how they campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah!
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job, then you fire them. Because you're in control. From the city to the state to Congress to the president. You run this.
Hey, this is Jerry Williams at Talk Labor, and we're back again to talk to you about some of the things that I know that impact you. And on this show, what we do is we just talk. It's not a news show. It's not a comedy show. It's about, let's just talk about what's going on around us in our neighborhoods, in our state, in our city, and in this country. And the reason I do that is because someone should speak up. Not just someone. Everyone should speak up when you see things. Don't be afraid to do it. That's your right to do it. Nobody have any privileges over anybody else. So when you see it, talk about it. Now, I'm going to start off tonight. And we're going to talk about some very, very important subjects tonight. But I'm going to start off with what we talked about years ago when I told you all that as soon as these cameras people start being filmed on camera, these cops start being filmed on camera, you'll see what we're talking about. What's going on with the African American community and these wild dog cops. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about all police. I'm talking about the wild dogs in the police department. And you have some. You have some. I'm just looking at a film today on basketball player from Milwaukee, Sterling Brown, how the cops just attacked him for no reason at all. I want you to take a look at the video. For no reason at all, these mad dogs came up and attacked him. I mean, they came like a bunch of hyenas. You ever watch the Animal Planet or the Big Cat Country? These guys come up like a bunch of hyenas and attack this man for no reason at all, and you make your own judgment. And then they try to tell you, you don't believe your lying eyes, what you see on these cameras, because we got body cameras on, and the body cameras back up everything we say. Do they really believe that? You know, I don't give a damn what these guys believe is wrong, and it shouldn't be happening. But take a look at this, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Take a look at the film. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? Do you believe it? You saw it with your own eyes. That's rogue cops. That's a bunch of cowards that they gave a gun to and told them you got a right to murder. That's where they took it. When they told them to protect the community, they felt that we got a gun, we got a right to murder. Negroes, niggers. That's what's on their mind. They're a bunch of cowards. Take the guns away from them, take the badge away from them, and they're the sniveling cowards. Okay? And when I talk about these rogue cops, I mean, the ones, you had one in Austin, where, and I ain't just talking about white cops. You get a Negro cop. I won't even give him the distinction of calling him black or African American. You get a Negro cop. He's come in there as an African American, then he turns into a Negro. In Austin, this man sleeping on the bench, homeless person. This Negro just jumped up and started beating this man for no reason with his stick, just beating him. And then he resigns off the force right away before they fired him. Wow. And then that leads to the brother that was laying on the ground. He was laying on the ground. He had a patient, and he told the cop, "Hey, I got my hands up, laying on the ground." He had done nothing. He said, "And I got a person here. He's mentally challenged." And the cop came up. Now the brother laying on the ground with his hands up and shot the man. Shot the brother. And the brother, "Why'd you shoot me?" And the cop said, "I don't know." My God. See, something's got to stop. This is no game. It ain't funny. It pisses me the hell off because you are coming to us like we're not human. You're coming to us like we're some type of animal. You know that these wild dog cops are savages. They are savages. They'll murder their own mama. Am I angry? Yeah. You bring out the angry black man again. But that's what I'm talking about. You got to be on top of these things, man. You got to talk about them. You got to get your community together. I like what the mayor in New York is doing, Bellagio. He's got his force working with the community. Their crime situation is down tremendously, and they're having less murders. They're having more intervention with the police and the community now. All these cops that in New York have to have the training, and that's training with how to deal with the public. Their first thing that they learn is how to de-escalate a problem. They have to know how to do that because if they don't do it, they're going to be charged. And it don't put their lives in jeopardy. If somebody jumps out and it looks like they're going to kill them, they're going to respond. But this aggressive, dogmatic stuff that you see with these cowards, it has to stop. It has to stop. And that leads me to my next subject, and that is the NFL. When the players decided that they were going to take a knee, Kaepernick was the leader of that, because they want to bring attention to the fact that what's going on in the African American community with the police department. They want to take a knee when they're saluting the flag at the national anthem, and let you know that the flag is not serving us. This orange-haired guy, pumpkin-head, dared them to do it. Called these NFL players' mothers bitches. Call them a bunch of bitches. Because if you say they're sons of bitches, so he's calling their mothers bitches. And these weak-kneed, wussy-ass NFL owners buckle down on their knees and come up with some garbage saying that the African American or white, if you can't stand up and salute the flag, Heil Hitler, you stay inside. If you come out and you don't salute, we're going to fine you. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Hitler demanded that people salute the flag. I mean, it's in Japan back in those days, little kids had to come out and salute, But in this country, we always had the freedom to salute if we want and don't salute if we want. Don't mean you don't love the country. If the flag is doing what it's supposed to do, if the country doing what it's supposed to do, you're gonna salute. If push comes to shove, if somebody attacking the country, who is going to go out there and fight? These brothers and sisters that you see today. Well, I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back and give you a little bit on what Steve Kerr had to say about that. We're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
Okay, we're back, and as I promised you, when the Golden State Warriors started playing real good ball, I think that Mark Jackson was the manager, and they removed Mark Jackson and brought in Steve Kerr, and I was really upset about that. I'm like, why they take away the black guy and bring in the white guy when the team is on the verge of being something great? But then later on, I saw that Steve Kerr was a damn good manager. He was a damn good coach. Mark Jackson is a wuss, and I see why the owner took the position that he did. Nothing to do about black or white. He just took the best qualified person. That would be Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr also stands up for the United States of America. He stands up for the country. He stands up when he sees wrong, he speaks up about it. And one of the things that amazed me the most, when Trump was doing all that talking, Steve Kerr stood up and spoke against it. When they won the championship last year, Steve Kerr said, nope, not going to the White House with that guy. Now, when they won when Barack Obama was there, they all went. But this is the kind of division that this guy has brought. He's the one that started this situation with the NFL. But the owners just pissed me off with what they didn't do. Now, Steve Kerr said that the owners of the NFL, that it was idiotic for them to take the position that they're taking. He didn't hold back. I mean, he really talked about the owner. He said that was a weak-kneed, idiotic position that they took. He said, this is America. These men and women have a right to stand or not stand. You know, that's what these soldiers went and fought for. General Haig, one of the most decorated generals in the United States, he said, if I got to take a choice between the president and the NFL players, he said, I'm going with the players because they have a right to stand or not stand. That's why we went over there and fought. That's why we fought in Vietnam. That's why we fought here. That's why we fought in World War II. That's to give them the right and the choice as to whether to do that. We're not a dictated country here. I love it. I love it when people stand up, black, white, all color, let them know that this is America. This is America. Now, speaking of the orange guy, this guy, his stuff is running out now. He's running I don't know. I grew up in the city, man, and we used to have these, some people have mice in their house. We had rats, man, big fellas, man. I remember one time I had a dog, man, and when I was a kid, and I heard noise in there. My dog and this big rat was going at it. Dog come out on top, but he had his hands full, man. And I'm saying that to say that my mother always told me, say, if you kill a rat, if you're going to kill him, you corner him. So always leave him a way out, because if he ain't got no way out, he'll attack you. And I always learned that. I always kill him, but I always left him a way out, letting them think they're going to get out. But that's what's happening with this big orange rat that we have in the White House. Mueller has him cornered. He has nowhere to go. He's running up and down the wall. He's scratching. He's doing anything he can. Now he's trying to come up with some garbage, and I'm not going to use that word he used to try to get some stuff going, but claiming somebody was spying on him and doing this and doing that. And he's been attacking the FBI. He's been attacking the CIA. He's been attacking the Justice Department. He's been attacking Democrats. He's been attacking Republicans. He's been attacking all the departments in the United States. He says it's awful and terrible. Don't he sound like Putin to you? I mean, Putin couldn't do that better himself. He embraces all of the dictators around the country and has turned on our allies, our democratic allies, people that have a democracy. That's what this fool has done. Now he tried to get two people over there to look at to see if anybody spied on him, which everybody knew it wasn't. And the Democrats demand that if these guys go, everybody, all the people that are supposed to go. And they did. They went over there today, nothing. This guy throw everything on the wall, hope something sticks, nothing. And people were saying that, well, he threw that out there in the NFL situation, and by the time elections come around during the fall, he gonna use that as a trump to try to, get his people fired up. His people can get fired up, fired down, fired sideways. There's not enough of them to do nothing. The only reason he got in there last time, Russia helped him, and the fact that Democrats didn't come out. I know Democrats are coming out this year. I know that from looking at what's going on around the country. Look at all the elections that they're winning right now. These midterm elections, these special elections. Democrats are coming out. And we're going to make sure that Democrats get out here in Illinois. But they're coming out. And this guy has to go. He don't have anywhere to run. These guys have him cornered like the big rat that he is. And we're going to make sure that they don't let him out. Lying Trump.
Are just kind of adding to that narrative, so that we're just going to see President Trump, now that he's given it a nickname, Spygate, he's just going to continue to make this case.
And Matt Miller, he just keeps lying. He says Spygate could be one of the biggest political scandals in history. Not a scandal at all. The only thing that is a scandal is that you had the intel community, Matt, as you know, during the campaign, go to the Democratic candidate for president and go to the Republican candidate for president, and said, we have information that the Russians, that Vladimir Putin has been targeting American democracy and may be trying to target this election. If you see anything, if you hear anything, let us know at once. And what did the Trump campaign do? They made one contact with the Russians after another. They lied about it in front of Senate testimony later. They did everything that a guilty party does.
That's his name, Lying Trump. This man has, I think they had it out like, 2,000 lies a month or something like this guy do. It's terrible. He'll tell a lie and then he'll turn right around and say, I didn't say that. I said something else. And then you have people that actually cover it as news. Anytime a man can't come out, or a woman can't come out and speak to you personally and supposed to be representing you, he got to tweet. Come on, folks. This man has lied about everything that he's done so far. Okay, enough of him. I tell you, I really don't want to talk a whole lot about him, but we got one thing. Let's go to this. Barack Obama. When he was in there as president, this guy, he hates Barack Obama so much because Barack Obama is the man that he wants to be. He'll never be a Barack Obama, He can go out there and try to get as much tan. He be red trying to be like Obama. And you got to get rid of that blonde wig he's got on too, if you want to do that. But anyway, Barack Obama, when he was in the White House for 8 years, there was not one scandal, not one indictment. This man ran the country like the country was supposed to be run. They couldn't believe that Barack Obama was like Tiger Woods coming into golf. They couldn't believe what a great man this is. And now you got a big stumbling idiot in the White House that was built by black people in the White House. And he's trying to create all kinds of division, race, using race as his main tool. We are sick of this guy. We're going to get rid of him and all of his deplorables, as Hillary Clinton said. All of his deplorables. And one other thing I want to say before I get off of this. Don't attack Hillary Clinton. She did everything she was supposed to do. Had she not been a woman, she'd be president right now. Folks, a lot of people did not vote for her because they will not vote for a female. That's the bottom line. Like Obama said, she's more qualified than anybody that ever ran for president. She knows what's going on. Putin couldn't stand her. He hated her. He's afraid of her. But he knew he had this big puppet here. And they did everything they could to get him elected. And they did. Okay, enough now. Enough for real. Enough for real. Now we're gonna go away. We're gonna come back in a minute and we're gonna talk about some beautiful things. Be right back.
Do you know what smoking and cigarettes do to the inside of your body?
It hurts your body. Smoke and cigarettes can hurt your lungs.
It hurts your throat.
It hurts lots of other parts too.
It makes you more likely to get heart disease and lung disease.
It increases your risk for a heart attack or stroke.
And on the outside, it really just stinks.
Your clothes smell, your breath is gross, and your teeth get yellow. Hello, do you hear what we're saying? Do you hear what we're saying?
Do you hear what we're saying?
Smoking isn't cool.
It's not cool at all.
And it can kill you. Hey, you won't start smoking for yourself. Just do it for me. And me. And me. And me.
And me. And us.
Hey, we're back. And you know what? It's so nice to have, if you recall on my last show, I talked about my little granddaughter. I got two of them, small ones. And I talked about my little granddaughter, Princess. You know, it was her birthday. She's playing golf. And my other little one said, well, hold up, Granddaddy, look at this. And she sent me her grades. She is off the charts. I got to give her credit. And I said I want to mention it on the show. She is off the charts. And it's unbelievable because she's in kindergarten, reading at the second grade level. She's the best in math. She's the best. Academically, she is one of the sharpest little girls you ever want to see. Her name is Naira. Naira. She's wonderful, Naira, and just want to give you that shout out. Take a look at some of the things that she's got.
Naira Hill. Naira is receiving a kindergarten certificate. She's receiving the highest average in reading, the highest average in math, the Presidential Award for Outstanding Excellence. Amen.
I'm not going to say she didn't get it from, I'm not going to say she got it from her granddaddy, but I'm not going to say she didn't get it from her granddaddy too. But one more thing I want to say before we conclude tonight. I want to give a shout out to the coalition members. You guys have really made noise. We are embarking on some of the biggest legislators in the state that want us to come out and work with them and endorse them. I'll be giving you that. We, at our last quarterly meeting, coalition meeting, a vote was taken and we all voted to work with and support J.B. Pritzker for governor. Now we got a sticker one coming up for mayor, okay? And we have been approached by two prominent people for mayor, and we're gonna sit down and talk about that. And we're going to ask the coalition what it is that they think we should do as far as the mayor is concerned, because both of these people are important to our survival, your governor and your mayor. On another note, your lawsuit's coming right along. I had one guy say, told me that, well, one guy said, you know, well, Jerry, with that lawsuit, I ain't into it. Well, here's what you do. Anybody that don't want to be a participant in the lawsuit, write it down on a piece of paper, sign your name, and send it to me. And I'll make sure the attorneys get it. So you don't have to be a participant on it. Which means that when we do recover, you won't get a dime. But please, if you don't believe in it, write it down and they won't, you know, we won't even bother you about it. But all you people that are participants, just keep cool. It's coming. It's coming. Okay? So, on my way out, I want you to take a look at this. As always, we're going to see you again on Talk Labor. You stay up, you keep your head up, and you keep talking. We'll see you again next week.
You gonna help us out tonight?
What do you think I'm here for? Where are they, boys?
New Orleans! New Orleans!
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans and miss it each night and day? I know I'm not wrong. The feeling's getting stronger the longer I stay away. Miss the moss-covered vines, the tall sugar pines, where mockingbirds used to sing. And I'd like to see the lazy Mississippi hurrying to spring. The Mardi Gras, the memories of Creole tunes that fill the air. I dream of oleanders in June, and soon I'm wishing that I was there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans when that's where you left your heart? And there's something more. I miss the one I care for more than I miss New Orleans.
Good evening.
Well, this is really a surprise.